Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So you do have a jumping card. That's going to be your first card out for your actions and options. But before we get into that, your key to the week is the Judgment card this week. This is about taking a definitive or defined step. This is about you moving ahead with something regardless of what the current energies are saying. What I like about the Judgment card as well, this tends to be where something, like very often this can be a blast from the past. This could be somebody that shows up. Remember, we are at this point of this week. So let's say that you're watching this on Monday the 2nd. This is going to be literally, right? This could be a blast from the past. This could be somebody that shows up completely out of the blue, someone that you haven't seen for a long time. This card very often as well can represent our ancestors or people that we have once been connected to. So really interesting that this comes up for you this week. For your actions and options, you do have the Knight of Cups, right? So interestingly enough, this could be you choosing to take a trip down memory lane. This could be you choosing to go backward on something. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, if this is let's say it's a person, maybe it's somebody that you once dated and you think, you know what, I miss that person. I want to be with them again. This could be you going back to somebody and making a point to do so. It could be you going back to a previous employer. It could be, you know, there's just somewhere this week in your life you are going to be treading down old ground, like you'll be going back over something. And that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes, you know, it takes guts and courage to admit that you were wrong on something, if that's what you're doing. It also takes guts and courage to really decide, actually, you know what, this feels like the right step for me. And sometimes we have to let something go or go full cycle with something to release it in order to realize that actually that's where we were supposed to be. If you've ever read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I'm not going to say any more, but if you've read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and that is this. The Judgment card with the Knight of Cups, that is, if you've read that book, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. For your communications and conversations, you have the Four of Cups. Listen, there's communication or some sort of connection or even reconnection coming from the past this week in some way, shape or form. Now, here's the beauty of it. Because it's the Four of Cups, whatever or whoever is coming back into the fold this week is bringing you something that you need or want. This isn't just going to be like, oh, you know, I bumped into so-and-so and it's like I haven't seen them forever, and there's all of that energy for sure. But it's like they bring you something or you know, someone that you need or want or desire comes back into your life, something that you need. You know, maybe they bring you news of work just at the right time. Maybe they bring you the piece of the puzzle that you were missing at that moment in time. It's just like whatever it is that comes back from the past this week, it's bringing you what you need. So I really like that. It could be a call from an employer, a previous employer saying, look, you know what, we've got this and you came to mind. Are you interested? And I don't know, maybe your job has just ended, or, you know, maybe you've just quit or you've just walked out. Like, whatever communication comes in this week, it's coming from the past. But that's a good thing this week, because it's like whatever it is that whatever or whoever you're reconnecting with, they're bringing you exactly what you need in that moment. It's almost like perfect weird synchronicity, which is great. For your money and materials, you have the Seven of Cups. This is not a week for drastic decisions when it comes to your finances. It's not a week to take on another financial burden either. Your Seven of Cups can sometimes be about where you spread yourself too thin, and your money and materials is literally like your finances, your body and your home. And the message this week is, whatever comes up this week, There's no new financial commitments. If you take something else on this week, it's likely to be that thing that breaks the camel's back. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, like, oh, you know, but what if it's a really great opportunity? And if it's a great opportunity now, it will be a great opportunity once the planets go direct. For you guys specifically, not this week. It's just not there for it. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this could be a week where you really need to pay attention to your hormone balance. For a lot of you, this could also be a week where you're really needing to factor in how much you're able to get done in a day. It looks like you've been either burning the candle at both ends or pushing too hard and fast, and this week your body's likely to push back. For your home and environment, I said this to a few Geminis over the last few weeks and they're like, fuck you, Raph. So I'm going to say this, you know, and maybe not for all of you, but it certainly looks like the place that you're living at the moment is coming up for review. There's something about it that looks like it's not going to last very long. Whether this is you in the environment, whether it's the people that you live with or the people that you live around, there's something about the home that is coming up for review over this course of the next week, and it may see you looking further afield or out, certainly out of the area that you're in within the next 2 months. Excuse me. For your love and relations, you have the King of Wands, right? So this could be a feisty, passionate, sexual, sensual week. This could be, for those of you that are single, obviously, this could, you know, you could be reconnecting with an ex. You could go for that fumble in the hay with somebody that might have been the one that got away, or maybe you're the one that got away. It's hot and it's fun and it's sexy and it's enjoyable and it's, you know, all of that. No judgment, you know, I mean, obviously if you're partnered, try not to go down this route. If you've got something decent, don't ruin it for a quick fumble. It's not worth it. Obviously, you know, whatever your situation, like I said, never any judgment from me, ever. Everybody's on their individual path. But yeah, there's a potential for this, a lot of it. So just be really conscious this week, as conscious as you possibly can. Because, you know, once you start thinking with your trousers, all logic kind of goes out of the window. Sorry, I'm laughing at my own jokes. That's my geeky side coming through. But yeah, you know, this could be one of those weeks. For those of you that are single, the likelihood is that you're meeting somebody that is probably quite shy, you know, overtly, but when it's just you and this person, they really come alive. This is not somebody that maybe necessarily feels comfortable in groups, but is somebody that, you know, when it's just you or like an intimate gathering of people, you could really see a wonderful side to them. For those of you that are already partnered, this could be a week where you guys are either reigniting the spark, or you guys are taking, maybe you're taking a collective journey down memory lane. So I don't know, recreating the honeymoon, or, you know, if you can't do that physically, you can at least do it with decorations and imagination, right? There's just a lot more fun and playfulness when it comes to the relationships this week, and I get the sense as well, it really is what you need. You know, so with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments, if it's not too personal, how it goes for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.